Josh Kelly, number 22. He's on the outside looking in. Barnesy, is he the chairman of selectors at GWS? I want to know, Sam, what's going on with Josh Kelly in his career?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Eddie. He's clearly playing, Ross, more of an outside role on the wing, half forward, more than he previously has been when he was, a Brownlow medal contender as a midfielder. But he is an interesting... Well, it's an interesting part of their makeup for their list going forward. We know that Leon Cameron officially signed his 2-year extension today. That's been in the works, Caro, for some time. But these are the question marks on who is out of contract in 2020. We know Zach Williams is a free agent. Jeremy Cameron, we think, will re-sign. Finlayson is just back in the team, announced today. He's been dropped this year. Perryman, Aidan Corr looks like he's on his way to North Melbourne, and then Caldwell, Haitley and Cumming. So they've got some decisions to make, and they've got a very, very tight salary cap, Ross.
They've got and history says they've spoken about, they've done it like a free, just their top 5 players, we'll keep them, a free agency list, and look after our top, and then we'll just get role players in. But Kelly sits in the star category, doesn't he? So they're going to make some really hard decisions. Both Williams and Kelly, you wouldn't want to lose either of them. So I'm not sure how they'd make the decision.
So, Caro, Leon Cameron, now the cynic will say that, of course, coaches are going to say this, but I want you to take a listen to Leon Cameron, who has always been on the money when it's talked about which players he wanted to keep. This is what he had to say on Melbourne radio on Monday.
I think our club's in a good position. I mean, we're having some really good dialogue with Zach. We've loved every minute since he's arrived, and he's a much valued player. And we're confident that he's going to be a giant for life.
So that sounds like Zach Williams is not going anywhere when the thinking all year has been that he would be the one to fall.
Yep.
What are you saying, Sam? Are you suggesting that it's Kelly now or Williams, and Kelly more likely to go at the end of next year?
Well, I mean, they're so far over the salary cap, more than any other team. If Zach Williams doesn't go and they keep him, they're going to have to lose several, and one's going to have to be a big fish.
I know, Sam, in the past when they've done that, they've looked at this list and they said, we'd love to keep Dylan Shield, but at the Giants, we've got Timmy Taranto coming through, and we probably see him being as our 5th, 6th midfielder, so we can afford to lose him. I think that's exactly what they'll do here. And I look at Zach Williams. Sorry, yep.
So I was going to say, where would you put him there, Lordy? I mean, there was talk about him going to his father's club, North Melbourne, a while back. Well, they've got more money than they can pay anyone at the moment, North. They've got a great pick if they've got, at the moment, pick number 2 in this draft, which is a pretty good draft. Would that be where they go to try and save some salary cap and get a young player in that doesn't cost much who's going to be a future star?
I don't probably see it like Sam. I think Williams has still a chance to move on. And I think that he might see opportunities at another club to be an inside midfielder that he wants to be, not a half-back flanker. And I think Sam's club, the Carlton Football Club, it would be speak for them. Carlton are dead keen on him and say, OK, I can be the man to help Patrick Cripps and go in and be the strong A-grade midfielder like I was in a prelim, where I was the best Giants player on the ground against Collingwood in a big game of football.
So, Lloydie, assuming that they were going to cost you the same in a trade and in money, I know it's different because one's a free agent. If you're the Carlton Football Club, who would you want? Williams or Kelly?
It's a great question because I like Josh Kelly more as a player. But if Josh Kelly... Carlton have got to look at who can go inside for us and be the player to support Patrick Cripps, because that's our biggest hole. And if Williams can do it more so, he should be the player they should go for, because they've got Sam Walsh on the outside. They don't need another outside player. So it's...
But Walsh will want to move to the inside.
Yeah,
Dow will want to go to the inside. Petrevski-Seton will want to head up inside. Yeah. Both of them have got durability issues. Williams has had a fair few hamstrings, and Kelly, I think, his groin issues. Since he signed that deal... And that's probably the interesting point. There's still 1 year to go after this and then an option of 8. Yep. Are you saying they're going to move on him before he actually comes out next year, potentially?
I'm saying it's an option.
Yeah. Yep. So logically, you'd think they get more value this year than if he comes out as a free agent next year.
Let's say it's Carlton. They'd have to pay 2 first-round draft picks.